Welcome to Turnpike Sports. I'm Dave Weischadle, and as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weischadle. Doug, we have a lot of great sports writers on this show, and we have a lot of great sports betting writers on this show, but let me tell you something. We had one a couple weeks ago, Logan Fields, who wrote 2020 Sports Betting, or 2020, what is the name
2020 Sports Betting,
2020
Think Like
Sports
a Pro.
Betting, Think Like a Pro. And he gave us a tip. When all conditions are right, it's always a great bet to bet on any score in the first inning of a baseball game. And wow, has that been paying off?
Well, first of all,
I'm giving a plug to Logan Fields.
You threw the caveat out there when all the conditions
when all the conditions are right, and I'm going to tease it. You pick up 2020 Sports Betting to find out all about this bet. But wow, can you make a lot of money on that one?
That's not a tease. That's a pitch.
That's a pitch. But let me tell you something. First
I've actually been doing it too.
Has been paying off. Wow.
It has been one tidbit in sports betting advice that I've followed, and it works most of the time.
Yeah.
It's still not 100% foolproof, but it does work.
Nothing is, but it's a really great bet. You should check that out. And, boy, sports betting has been great this MLB playoff season, so it's been great. It's been so much fun.
I'm looking forward to getting back into the NBA betting. I was doing so well with that, especially with the totals and all that stuff.
I've been checking out NBA preseason, but I'm not pulling the trigger on any preseason.
I do not do exhibition.
I do not bet on preseason or exhibition. Just I know some people who do, and that's fine, but nope, not for me.
No, because the teams aren't what they look like in the regular season. They're just finding themselves out. And I remember, what was it? The other night you mentioned you were watching a Sixers game and they looked totally out of sync.
I think it was Sixers and Toronto, and I was like, wow, this looks sloppy.
Yeah, and that's what exhibition basketball is.
Preseason basketball should look sloppy. But I'm not betting on it.
Especially with the Sixers, because they're trying to do life without Ben Simmons right now.
That's a whole mess.
That's
a whole
another
drama there.
Yes.
So, well, we got a great show coming up for you. We got Beatin The House. We got some, new millionaires that you're going to talk about. So it should be interesting. Then we have a Week 6 NFL picks coming up. We have our book report. And this week, my interview is with Lloyd Levinson. He's an attorney and chief executive officer of the law firm of Cooper Levenson. And let me tell you something, he's one of the most well-known gaming lawyers in this country. And he's also one of the organizers of the East Coast Gaming Congress. It's an amazing conference that if you're part of the gaming industry, you need to attend. This year, it's on October 25th and 26th at Harrah's Waterfront Conference Center in Atlantic City, and it's just an amazing event. I go there every year.
It's one of the best conferences in the country.
Absolutely. It's been a busy week in sports, so let's take a trip down the Turnpike. Today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
GeoComply, which is the company that does the geofencing software, the geolocation technology, announced that it recorded 330 million geolocation transactions during the first 4 weeks of the current NFL season.
Put that in perspective for us. I mean, is that just an incredible number from, say, last year? Gambling always judges itself by this time last year and things like that. So what is that number compared to what happened last year or the years prior?
Compared to last year.
Oh,
funny
okay,
you should say that. I had that in my notes. The 333 million transactions marked an increase of more than 120% of sports betting volume when compared to last year.
Well, I don't know. This time last year, I have no idea how many states allowed sports betting as compared to this year.
We're at almost half of the country offering sports betting now.
So, I would think some of that number is because of new states joining in the sports betting business, right?
It's all that. It's more people getting used to the online sports betting. It's more people taking a look at, different states coming on board here. And again, you also have states that launched before the beginning of the season, at the beginning of the season, and after the beginning of the season. So the first 4 weeks, you even had a couple states pop on during the first 4 weeks, too. So their data is included in here, too.
I got to tell you, I love online sports betting, and that's mainly how I do sports betting. Let me tell you something. I could be in a retail sports book, and I will still place a bet online on my phone instead of getting in line and leaving my chair and things like that. Retail sports books are a great way to watch football. You see all the football games, you see all the baseball games, you see every game in creation. But you know what? Just sitting there with your phone and just placing the bet is just the greatest feeling in the world.
Well, also the kiosks, too.
I rarely go to kiosk. I did a couple times at Parks Casino in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, but you know what? It's still, I'm comfortable with my phone. I know where all the buttons are going. I know where I'm looking, and I know how everything is laid out. So it's a very comforting feeling if you're betting on your phone.
Well, GeoComply acknowledged that doing this research, the increase in betting volume is a result of more states that we just talked about.
All right.
And they also said that one of the other reasons was that players continue to migrate to legal sports books instead of doing the unlicensed ones.
Well, sure, yeah, no.
That's another aspect
sense.
of availability.
I don't know why anyone would do illegal sports books, because let me tell you something. You win big, hopefully you get your money. And if you don't get your money, what happens? What recourse do you have if you're going with an unlicensed overseas sports book? It's just a safer business transaction if you're doing a legal, regulated, state-sanctioned book,
Well, before sports betting got legalized, some of these offshore or unlicensed books, name recognition. There are a couple out there that people realize, and they don't even know that they're unlicensed in the United States.
I've heard
I think that's a problem that's becoming less and less pronounced, but I think that was a huge problem at the beginning of this. What's licensed, what's not?
There are still some media outlets that still give the numbers for some of the unlicensed books, which, that's being few and few. It's becoming less of a media go-to right now because, you got the deals with the licensed books, but there are still some media outlets that do give books, the unlicensed books, their numbers out on their broadcasts.
Well, before we end this segment, you want the top 5 in transactions.
Yeah.
New Jersey topped all of them.
Oh, okay, statewide. Okay, I thought you were going to name the books.
No.
Okay.
New Jersey topped all of them at 70.5 million, 70.5 million transactions.
Okay.
Compared to 49.2 at this time last year, 49.2 million.
Wow, what a jump.
Almost double.
What do we have, 21, 22 online sports books now?
24, I believe.
Are you serious? I didn't. Okay, some snuck in then.
PlayUp just launched.
Okay, yeah, no,
Superbook.
Superbook, yeah.
Yep. So, and, you had a couple other ones that are popping up too. So, but yeah, we're 24, 25, 26, something like that.
Wow, okay.
We're nothing like Colorado. Colorado just added a couple more, too, I believe.
Wow, okay.
Pennsylvania came in second with 64.6 million, up from 47.1 million last year.
Pennsylvania's second, huh?
Yeah. That's a close second. After that, it's like a 20 million transaction drop. Third state is Michigan.
Okay, yeah.
44.3 million. Illinois was, let's see, fifth. They were third.
Okay.
Illinois just jumped down to fifth. Arizona was the fourth state. 36.9 million transactions. That's a brand new state.
Uh-huh.
And again, Illinois, 25.8 million.
Wow.
Fifth place.
Okay.
So Michigan jumped into there from last year.
So what was it? It was number
Jersey,
one?
Pennsylvania, Michigan, Arizona, Illinois.
Okay. I'm sure people are asking where's Nevada, but I got to tell you, Nevada's a tourist town. So, if people, a lot of people are going there now after the pandemic, but you know what? They're going in to the retail books because you're going to stay in your hotel room and bet? No, you're going to go to a
Nevada will
retail book.
Nevada will never probably be one of those states that's mostly online. Like
it's a tourist thing. That's
like the states like New Jersey,
people
Pennsylvania.
Are going to see the casinos.
Colorado is almost, even though they have retail books in Colorado, they're always in the 90%, 95%, 96%.
Wait till the winter kicks in.
Oh yeah.
Exit 2.
Lifestyle brand for gamers, Razer.
All right.
I love that lifestyle brand designation. Basically, they sell shirts, accessories, all that stuff for gamers and esports people. So, it's just a brand name out there.
There are some companies that sell sneakers. I mean, we sell them footwear because they're basically sitting down doing this activity. But, there are sneakers out there.
Well, Razer has launched the Champions Start From Within program.
Okay.
It's the first esports wellness program out there.
Okay.
Its goal is to promote healthy and sustainable gaming habits. They're going to be partnering with psychologists, physical therapists,
all right,
nutritionists, and other experts to provide resources in the form of videos, articles, contacts, just to help esports athletes have maintain their physical and mental wellness throughout their careers.
Well, that's pretty important. I mean, look, there's a lot of money in esports. That means a lot of pressure on the players. So, it's a great way to cope with something like that,
You know what was the most surprising thing I found in this story when I was doing the research for it? The average age of retirement for an esports athlete is 25.
Well, that goes to what I was saying. That's a lot of pressure for a young person. So, it's good that they have some options to help, a healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy attitude.
Two main reasons for retirement: physical injuries and mental stress caused by irregular schedules and diets.
Well, yeah, I guess they're playing hours on end.
They're playing constant. They're also not eating right, especially if I love some of the sponsors for the tournaments: Doritos,
right.
Kit Kat,
So,
basically anything that just is a sugar rush. Is a sponsor for an esports tournament.
Well, let me tell you something. I mean, sitting at a computer, you would think that's not anything physical about it. Look, I played online poker tournaments, and boy, after hours doing that, you stand up during a break, and boy, my back is killing me. My shoulders are tense, my back hurts. It's more physical than people think.
Well, again, it's a matter of when they're playing, stress when you're actually
Sure.
focused on the game, but that stress also has a physical component, too.
Absolutely.
And it's just crazy.
The one thing I've seen live poker players do, I've never done it, but they get the massages at the table. I mean,
I remember...
I've never done that, but I've seen people do it.
I remember there used to be a company at the old World Series of Poker tournaments. This was like
They
a
might
couple years
still
back.
have them. I don't know
Maybe
what the
it's
World
still around.
Series
I don't
is
know.
doing.
But there was a company that they used to come in and provide that service
Yeah.
for the World Series players.
Oh, no, you could do it in, there different casinos and poker rooms have that. So I've just never taken advantage of that.
Well, the Champions Start From Within program is going to focus on 4 key verticals: physical activity, mental health, sleep, and nutrition. They kind of need that because, like I said, a lot of the sponsors are junk food, and I hate to call it that, but you don't see, like GNC supplying some of these esports tournaments with products.
Well, I can just go by what I'm doing. Online poker, you're sitting there and you're snacking in front of it. And now it's Halloween time, so we have this candy in our house, these little candy things that you give out to kids. That's not going to last till Halloween.
Or you're drinking energy drinks.
I'm eating that, yeah. Well, I try and stay away from the energy drinks, but some, just water is enough for me. But but no, you're eating terrible there. I mean, you're not having a salad in front of your computer, which I should have, but I don't.
Well, topics will range from coping with fatigue, burnout, doing proper sitting postures. That's an important one, I think, especially if you got back issues, and exploring stress and recovery concepts. There's a whole slew of articles up there.
Let me add something, too. They should get eye doctors, too, because my eyes kill me after a poker tournament online. So I can imagine, I mean, with the lights and the flashing and the graphics sitting there for hours on end, there should be an eye drop sponsor. For God's sake.
You mean Visine?
Visine, get on the esport thing. They need your help.
And also, Razer will be introducing ergonomically designed products to maintain solid form while reducing physical stress when gaming.
Exit 3.
Considering a lot of these sports betting companies out there talk about sports data feeds that they use, it's about time we got a slot machine that did this.
Okay, all right.
Acres Manufacturing Company, AMC, announced a new slot machine bonus as part of their Global Gaming Expo lineup. We just had the G2E trade show in Vegas.
Yeah, I heard the big thing was cashless gaming.
Yeah.
So everyone's interested in that.
Well, hopefully we see this soon because this company already has a deal with a national casino company. Okay. So we may see some of these bonuses in their machines. The new Pay Action Sports Bonus interface. It interfaces a slot machine with live sports data feed and is capable of triggering bonuses based on a wide range of sporting events. Occurrences in sporting events, I should say. Goal, touchdown, passes, first downs. And the bonus amount will automatically be tied into that feed. When it happens, regardless of what you're doing on the machine, that bonus is triggered.
Wow. Okay.
So it's going to, it's another melding of sports betting and traditional gaming.
Yeah, I know. That should be it should be great for online casinos as well because I guess if you like to play your slot machines early in the morning when no sports are being played, well, I guess overseas you can have sports being played. I guess they have less of an advantage than people who play at night when all the sports are being played. So I guess that will affect your time when you play your slot machines in the casinos.
Well, again, it's a matter of what the sport is being triggered on, too. I mean,
soccer in the UK, that's early in the morning. People are betting that early in the morning.
If you trigger to a soccer match or to soccer itself, the sport of soccer, you got almost 24 hours.
Oh, sure.
Table tennis.
Table tennis, yeah. Table tennis,
darts.
I
hate to keep bringing up
table tennis, darts, yeah.
There's constant stuff going on around the world in the world of sports that cricket. Cricket is a long game. They have games going days.
So they can tie this into all these sporting events, and that will give you bonuses as you're playing the slot machine, right? Bonus
can trigger a period of double payments or any other incentive that they can come up with, the casinos that are using this software. This interface. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do with this because I'm very curious. I wonder if there's a way, I'm assuming this is part of the allure of this product, where every day you can change it. Like on Sundays you can target American football. On other days you can target basketball. Other days you can do soccer.
I would think they would do a deal with a sportsbook operator and use their numbers because, the sportsbook operators are already doing this. You might as well make a deal with them and use their data and both benefit from it. I would think that's in the future.
Funny you should mention sportsbook operator.
All right.
Their deal is with Penn National Gaming.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
So it's for the casinos, the slots in the casinos that they have. Mm-hmm. But Penn National also is the Score.
Sure.
And also Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
So you might start seeing some integrations here.
I hope so.
And I wonder if you're going to be able to tie in, like FanDuel. FanDuel has the Stardust Casino and a FanDuel Casino.
I actually really enjoy Stardust. So it's a
I'm wondering if there's going to be, and DraftKings has a casino now too.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you're going to have Barstool Sports or the Score start doing casino games with some of this tied in, or what is Penn? I think Penn National has an online component too. So Hollywood Casino or something.
I have no idea.
It's
I'll check it out.
But I think this is the step toward merging both sides of the casino industry, the sports betting and the slots, the iGaming. This actually could work out to a lot of benefits for different companies.
I think it's a great idea.
Exit 4.
And last but not least, it looks like we can't get away without talking NFTs.
Non-fungible tokens.
Yes. We've got two to talk about today.
All right.
Two big names, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Usain Bolt is joining the team at Autograph, Tom Brady's outfit.
That's what I was going to say. Is that Tom Brady?
That's another big name.
Yeah,
anyway.
There you go. Three big names.
But Usain Bolt will be the newest addition to the advisory board, as well as having his very first collection of NFTs. It's going to be exclusively available to view on autograph.io, which is the Autograph website.
I'm actually going to that. A couple of days ago, I told you, we're talking about NFTs so much. I mean, I've actually never seen one. So we're talking about this constantly, but
I'll be honest,
I've never looked at one.
If you didn't know that there was blockchain attached to some of these things, and also that there were certain things you can unlock with it, they look like digital pictures. And it's kind of interesting because it's really the underlying technology that makes them special.
So to check one out, I would go to autograph.io.
That's the
All right?
website for Autograph.
I would go there and I would check out and I'd see NFTs.
And you can also purchase these through the DraftKings marketplace.
Now, when you say purchase, they usually have a limited number, right? And they
unlock other things.
Yeah. Okay. So I was wondering if there was like this bidding war I have to get into to get an NFT.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes you do. Okay.
Think about,
Depends. You can either get a limited supply of one NFT or you would have to bid, right?
Right.
All right.
Think of it this way. I have a rare baseball card for sale. You want to purchase it. It's basically something like that.
Okay. All right.
You're going to have it's part of the latest installment of the coveted preseason access collection. I don't know why they call it preseason because they're always in season, but anyway, preferential treatment for future drops, which is I guess where preseason comes in.
Okay,
it's before another drop of another autograph thing.
Yeah. I guess that's what they're talking about.
And actually, it's kind of nice because it's a nice little trick to get more people signed up for autograph because it only applies to future autograph NFTs.
Okay, all right.
So you can't. It's not really for any other thing on the DraftKings marketplace. The other person getting involved in the NFT business, Hall of Famer Wade Boggs.
All right.
He's going to be partnering with NFT company Firma Pro to develop unique NFT memorabilia of the world's greatest sports and entertainment celebrities. Basically, it sounds like an autograph.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually have Wade Boggs' autograph. I got it at Fenway.
Yankees, Red Sox.
Yeah. No.
I actually got Joe Girardi's.
Oh, I got
when he was the catcher.
I got also his rookie season. I have Derek Jeter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be developing his own set of traditional. It's going to be similar to traditional autograph memorabilia, basically. It's just like what I just said. Going to have a rare card, put it up for sale, that stuff. But it's going to be. This is what they call. People can assemble it and showcase asset-backed NFTs. They're not just regular NFTs; they're asset-backed.
Which means what?
They unlock certain aspects of different memorabilia, different.
Okay.
So basically, there's something more to it than just the NFT.
Oh, okay.
You're going to have the first memorabilia drop coming from Boggs' personal collection, and then he's going to continue on as an advisor, and then there's going to be sports and entertainment celebrities giving memorabilia to Firma Pro to develop even more NFT drops.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. And with the software Firma Pro is using underneath these images, they cannot be reminted in the future.
All right.
So these are one-offs, and that's it.
Okay.
You're never going to see a reissue of this.
So if you want these, you better get them quick.
And they're basically the ultimate one-of-a-kind limited edition NFTs because they can't be reprinted.
Oh. And today's trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And as always, you can get in touch with Turnpike Sports by calling or texting us at 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910. At Turnpike Sports is the show's handle on Facebook and Twitter. At Turnpike Sports Radio is our handle on Instagram. And as always, our email address is info@turnpikesportsradio.com. And don't forget, you can listen to the show via Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, radio.com mobile app, as well as Stitcher and YouTube. You can also watch us on your smart TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. Head on over to turnpikesports.net. You'll be able to watch our video channel there.
Well, we got a great show coming up for you. We got a Beatin the House segment. We have a Week 6 NFL picks. And then we also have a book report, but coming up next, I'm talking with Lloyd Levinson, attorney and chief executive officer of Cooper Levenson, but he's also one of the organizers of the East Coast Gaming Congress, which is being held on October 25th and 26th at Harrah's Waterfront Conference Center in Atlantic City, New Jersey. It's an incredible conference. If you're interested in the gaming business, it's got some of the top people in that business. It's an incredible experience. I go there every year, and we're going to hear all about it from Lloyd Levinson when we come back with more Turnpike Sports.
Is your bathroom looking old and worn out? Want to update it, but you don't know where to start? Then let BCI Bath & Shower show you how to turn that old bath into an aisle of beauty and functionality. Our residential bathroom solutions provide the best value on the market, and our customer service is second to none. Our cost-effective BCI Bath & Shower family of products has what you need.
Remodeling our bathroom was a big decision for us.
They didn't make a mess out of our house at all. And at the end of the day, we had a beautiful new bathroom. And it was a great experience the whole way through.
We have the best monthly payment programs in the industry, with payments as low as $68 per month or no interest, no payments for 18 months. For a limited time, be one of the first 100 callers who schedule a free in-home consultation and receive $500 off. Call 1-800-594-9530, 1-800-594-9530. Factory-trained and certified installers made in the USA, and discounts for seniors and military. BCI Bath & Shower, the leader in affordable bathroom products.
Psst. Yeah, you. Come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore. Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here. Use offer code SPICE404. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
Today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-297-9788. 800-297-9788.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. I am Dave Weischadle. For a person who's working in or interested in the gambling industry, one of the most important conferences you can attend is the East Coast Gaming Congress. This year, it's on October 25th and 26th at the Harrah's Waterfront Conference Center in Atlantic City, New Jersey. With us today, we have one of the organizers of this great event. Lloyd Levinson is an attorney and chief executive officer of the law firm of Cooper Levenson and is one of the most well-known gaming lawyers in this country. And we are lucky to have Lloyd Levinson on the phone with us right now. Lloyd, thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure, as always.
Lloyd, I gotta tell you, the gambling industry is emerging from one of the most challenging times in history because of the pandemic. I mean, as a gaming attorney myself, I had to draft documents I never thought I'd have to draft. I had to draft a service agreement for the cleaning and sanitizing of casino chips, which I have never done in my lifetime. And as I said, you're one of the top gaming attorneys in this country. What was your experience during this pandemic, and what were some of the topics and issues the casinos had to tackle during this difficult time?
Well, I guess the foremost issue was that they were closed down.
Yep.
I'm sorry, it sounds like they're coming to get me. The sirens here in Atlantic City.
Yep.
So, but, we had to be closed down, then only, partially opened and then all the expenses attendant to cleaning, and not only for the people that work at the casinos, but the people that want to visit the casinos. The most challenging was that people were afraid. I mean, it's the same as the rest of the world. The gaming business was no different. Things were closed. People were out of work. Just a terrible, terrible time.
Has the pandemic and the shutdown changed the casino industry going forward? I mean, are there issues that people in the gambling industry are viewing differently because of what just happened during the past year and a half?
Well, when the casino, retail business was shut down, it had the effect of shooting up the internet and sports.
Yep.
The question people have, and are still having and still analyzing, is do the people that weren't able to go and gamble in person and took advantage of the online and sports, what happens to those industries, the online and sports, when people are now able to go back and gamble at their favorite casino in person? And I think to everybody's pleasure that's involved in the gaming business, pretty much the online and sports has continued to increase without having any detrimental impact on the retail space. The casino industry has benefited in two different ways. One, they got their business back, maybe not 100%, but they still are able to keep the online and sports business. So, the casinos, of course, don't make all that money that you read about that the sports and internet gambling has generated, but it certainly has been a boon to those internet gaming and sports wagering companies from all over the world. So it actually has introduced some additional people, gamers, that started to play when their casinos were closed, started to play more of on the internet, and it seems as if they have not completely forgotten about their in-person gambling, but they've also kept up the new players that they've gotten while the casinos were either shut down or partially shut down. And so things are much better off than they were, but there's still remnants of issues that you have to deal with as a result of the continuing pandemic.
In my opinion, this year's East Coast Gaming Congress is the most important for me. I mean, I'm getting to see people and talk to people I haven't seen in a long time, and I'm getting to see how the gambling industry is moving forward in the coming year. But for those who aren't familiar with the conference, what is the East Coast Gaming Congress?
The East Coast Gaming Congress started about 24 years ago, or I should say a little differently. We're in our 24th annual East Coast Gaming Congress and Next Gen Gaming Forum. And it started out as a small event and has grown every year to be more and more important for anybody involved in the gaming business. And I'm not just talking about casinos or online gaming or sports wagering. It affects the gaming industry is banking. The gaming industry is investment banking. It's there's so many areas of business that insurance companies. I mean, you just name it. it's a big business. It's a big company.
Yeah.
And so it attracts people to the Congress, and ours is different in the sense that we're not a big trade show like Global Gaming Expo, which is a wonderful exhibition, and they impart information that's important, but they also have many hundreds of companies that exhibit their wares. We're different in the sense that we're much more of a think tank with just a small smattering of the trade show aspects. We leave that to Global Gaming Expo, to where companies can have almost a football field size booth. I think it's funny calling it a booth when it's a football size, and that's something important for people that are involved in the industry to attend, and for those companies to show their wares. We have about 500 or 600 people, and we've had every sitting governor in those 24 years has come and spoken. In fact, Governor Phil Murphy is going to speak again this year at as our luncheon keynote, and they. There's a reason why people go, and the reason why people want to talk, because it's a level of attendee and a level of speaker that is unparalleled.
You have some of the greatest speakers at the Congress. I mean, it's the people who make the policy, who make the news in the gaming industry all year. Who are some of the speakers that you have this year?
Well, I want to start with saying that we got 2 new co-organizers and co-producers of the show. Besides Spectrum Gaming Group, which is a co-founder with my law firm of the show 24 years ago, this year we have Esports Entertainment Group and SI Sports, or Sports Illustrated Sportsbook, as 2 of the additional, to Cooper Levenson and Spectrum, 2 of the additional co-organizers and co-producers. And the Esports Entertainment Group is the top of the line when it comes to esports, and everybody knows Sports Illustrated.
Yep.
Most every person, mostly male, but now more and more females, have had subscriptions to Sports Illustrated for dozens and dozens of years, and it should sort of let everybody know how important this Congress is when there's 2 companies like SI Sports and Esports Entertainment Group, 2 companies who felt the event was important enough that they wanted to make sure that the world knew that they were a co-organizer and co-producer, and they've done a great job in helping us out. But getting back more particularly to your question with regard to speakers, we have about 9 CEOs from the top gaming companies in the country who are this year going to be giving their particular insights as sort of mini keynote presentations. So that is sprinkled throughout the event are those individuals, and I just invite you to have your listeners just look online to our website, which is and they can register at ecgc.us, and they will be able to see all of them. I mean, there's so many of them. It's I'm afraid to pick out some of them and not give you all of them because, you can't possibly determine which ones are, more important than others. But as far as, for example, the keynote CEOs, excuse me, you got someone like Jim Allen from the Hard Rock Seminole Gaming Group, Tom Reeg, who's the CEO of Caesars, David Cordish from the Cordish Companies. We have Mohegan, Foxwoods, PCI Gaming, which is the company that bought from Sands Bethlehem the casino hotel in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Wind Creek, Greg Carlin, who's the Chief Executive Officer of Rush Street, Jay Snowden, who's the CEO of Penn National, Bill Miller, who's the head of the American Gaming Association, Joe Papano, who's the co-chief executive with Sightline, not a CEO of a gaming company per se, but if you don't have payment processing, you really don't have much of a...
you don't have a casino.
Right, and particularly sports and internet.
Yeah.
We have an iGaming versus iLottery panel. We have a panel on building casino floors of tomorrow, and Esports, a women in gaming panel, which is a very important one that we like to make sure that everybody knows about that. Excuse me. And then talking about East Coast gaming, from new areas and new potential casinos in Virginia, for example. Those are just some of the areas, and we go outside a bit of the traditional gaming when we talk about driving revenue through food and beverage opportunities. And how Cisco has helped us understand that aspect of being in the gaming business. So, there's so much that we have. I'm really not doing it justice with a short period of time. I just need you all to go look at it and make sure that you sign up and attend.
You mentioned one of my favorite panels of the East Coast Gaming Congress, and that's the discussion on the gaming floor of the future. I mean, recently I just spoke with Scott Sabella, who's president of Resorts World Las Vegas, and he talked about their cashless gaming system and even hinted at the possibility of allowing cryptocurrency on the gaming floor. I mean, you speak to a lot of top-level people in the gaming industry. Do you see gaming and casinos moving in that direction?
Not for a while. No. I think we're going to move a little slower now than maybe everyone thought things were going to move. This pandemic has really, I believe, slowed some things down, and I think people are going to be a little careful on moving too fast. But there's no question that we have to build casino floors of tomorrow, and you got to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
What needs to change? How will it change? What will it cost to change? There's people on that panel. Rick Meitzler, who's the CEO of Novomatic Americas, Joe Lupo, who's the president of Hard Rock Atlantic City, Jackie Grace, who's the senior VP and general manager of Tropicana in Atlantic City, a Caesars company, and John Connolly, who's the chief executive officer of Interblock, and someone who's been around, despite his youthful looks and relatively young age. He's been around the gaming business a long, long time. So, that's a very exciting program that we're looking forward to having everybody be listened to and ask questions and get answers.
I also see on the second day of the Congress, you have an update from the New Jersey Control Commission. We had James Plosis on the show a few months ago discussing Atlantic City and the casino industry in New Jersey. Now, Cooper Levenson is the premier gaming law firm in New Jersey and in the country, by the way. How do you see the health of casinos in Atlantic City as we emerge from this pandemic?
They've had a wonderful summer, especially when you know, we're just coming out of this horrible time in everybody's life. And so the weather was nice, the weather was warm, the boardwalk and the marina areas were chock full of people. The percentage of rooms that were occupied was very significant. So that you always have to worry if you're in a climate like New Jersey. You have to worry about what's going to happen in November, December, January, February. Mm-hmm. But I think they've gotten off to such a great restart that the worry that we've always had about those 4 or 5 months in the middle is less than it has been in previous years. There's a lot of optimism, and we just got to make sure that the people, believe in Atlantic City. There's a lot of money that's being spent. Bally's Casino Hotel is now owned by the former Twin River people, and they're putting well over $100 million into upgrading rooms and in the rest of the property. There was just an announcement the other day at Caesars that Nobu is coming.
Wow.
To Caesars, not only as a restaurant but as being responsible for upgrading the rooms. There's a lot of money that was pledged by the Caesars companies to the improvement of their Atlantic City properties. So, you have to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the various casinos are doing here. There's going to be a new majority owner, if all things goes well, of the Ocean property, and a lot of money is being spent there, and a new management company that's going to own it. The Ilitch family out of Detroit, and so there's a lot that's going to happen in Atlantic City that has started happening, and there should be smiles on the faces of not only the brick and mortar companies, but it's a place also where companies from all over the world are involved in sports wagering and in internet casino games.
Well, I want to ask you about money being spent in Atlantic City. I know another panel at the East Coast Gaming Congress is on esports, and I know Atlantic City and Stockton University received big investment to create an esports innovation center. I mean, do you feel that investments like this will lead to casinos incorporating esports into their offerings? And is this the way to get the millennials onto casino properties? And I've actually had guests come on this show, and we're thinking, well, maybe Atlantic City will become another hub of esports. Do you think esports is in the future for casinos in Atlantic City?
Absolutely. One of the sports skins that Bally's has awarded has been to the Esports Entertainment Group. As you know, there are limits on the number of brands that you can have in Atlantic City with regard to sports and with regard to internet casino games. 3 for sports and 5 for internet. And so, unless I have that backwards. But in any event, it's clear that Bally's has some confidence, and so does Esports Entertainment Group, some significant confidence in having esports be a significant part of the future in Atlantic City.
Now, without a doubt, what has changed the gambling industry across this country is sports betting. I mean, here in New Jersey, as you know, we have 22 online sports books, and all the casinos in Atlantic City have a sports book on their property. How crucial has sports betting become to the profitability of a casino?
Well, as I mentioned early on in this conversation, the casinos themselves don't make a lot of money from sports wagering. You need, if you want to be a company that gets one of those skins for sports wagering, you have to sign up with a casino. You can't just open up your own sports, whether it's retail or online. You have to be sponsored by a casino. And so the casinos make some money, but it's those other companies, the online casino companies and the sports wagering companies, that they make the bulk of the profits from that. So it's certainly important. I mean, nowadays you pretty much have to have a retail sports operation going on in your casino.
Yeah.
In fact, you can't go online, have an online operation unless you have a retail sports operation in your casino. And obviously, led by, companies like DraftKings and FanDuel or whatever, they're scooping up a large percentage of the online sports. So it's important, but it's less important to the casinos profit-wise than it is to the companies that are spending all that money on marketing and the like.
Now, over the last couple of months, I've interviewed the heads of gambling at the PGA Tour and NASCAR, and they both said they want to increase the amount of betting on their sports. Now, I remember only a couple years ago, the pro leagues were saying, the worst thing you can do in life is place a bet on sports. As an attorney, are you surprised at the change of heart the pro leagues have and the deals that they're making regarding sports betting?
Well, if it weren't for New Jersey challenging PASPA, we still might, be in the same position that we were in, and so we wouldn't even be talking about sports wagering. But because New Jersey fought the leagues and the NCAA and won at the United States Supreme Court, it took all those people, not necessarily all of them, but it took so many people out of the illegal sports betting operations and put them in the legitimate, regulated, taxed areas of sports wagering. So, it's obvious that people enjoy gambling on sports. They've always enjoyed gambling on sports. It just was not legal.
Mm-hmm.
So now, with it being legal and PASPA being overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court, more and more people are involved because there was plenty of people who, although bettors were never really prosecuted or anything for being involved in making bets offshore, now, people feel obviously much more comfortable, since it's regulated and taxed, to get away from the illegal operations. So it's become much more of a, well, it's not much more. It's a purely reputable business now. It's legal. It's regulated. People feel more comfortable in gambling with companies that are licensed, and so the companies that are at the leadership of all this, are major public companies, and which have a lot of money and a lot of money to educate gamblers, and so it's an absolutely amazing event when PASPA was overturned, to take an industry that was in the undercover or on the illegal areas of life, and now and once the leagues started to realize that this train is going to leave, has left the station without them, that it's better for them to join as opposed to keep fighting.
Well, one of the results of the pandemic, as you said, has been the incredible growth of online casinos and iGaming. I mean, in New Jersey, it helped the gambling industry during the pandemic. I mean, it's growing in states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Connecticut is about to go live with it. Where do you see online gambling going from here? Do you see more and more states jumping on board after seeing the amazing revenue figures from the states that already have it?
Yeah, I mean, as an aside, when New Jersey started the online gaming, not the sports wagering, started the online gaming, predicted in the budget of New Jersey for a year was something like over $1 million that would the state of New Jersey earn from that type of gaming. And people were sort of snickering at that, and maybe even after the first couple of months, they were still snickering. Well, now I think we're either there or we've now exceeded that amount. Mm-hmm. And I see the other states that don't have online gaming, they have sports. I think they're sitting up and taking notice of the fact that they're leaving a lot of money on the table by not having an online sports industry in their state. So I don't think it's going to be too long till some new states come on board with online gaming, online casino gaming, or the ones that just have sports now, looking themselves in the mirror and saying, you know what, why not?
Mm-hmm. Lloyd, the East Coast Gaming Congress, like you said, is also having a panel on women in gambling. It's such an important issue across this country, and I think you're one of the few conferences that actually has a panel on it. How important was it for you to include a panel for women in gaming?
Extremely important. I mean, many industries, including gaming, do not have enough women in leadership positions. We would have liked to have had women CEOs giving these individual keynote addresses, but there aren't any CEOs of companies, of casino companies that have more than one casino under its belt. So all of these CEOs that are giving keynote addresses are CEOs of multiple casinos, not just one in one jurisdiction, multi casino jurisdictions, and so nothing we like more than to have women in those roles, and you'll see it. There's just too many absolutely brilliant women that are in gaming. It's just it's been difficult for women in general, not only in the gaming business but in general, to crack through that glass ceiling. But it's happening in other industries, and it's going to start happening more in the gambling industry. We're excited for the women on the Women in Gaming panel to give their thoughts on what can help women in gaming get to a place where it's been traditionally more men than it is women.
Lloyd, can you remind the audience again what's the website for the East Coast Gaming Congress and how can people register for it?
Well, they can register right by going to the website, and you're going to laugh because I've never registered, but I know that you can go to ecgc.us to register. So that is something that I encourage your listeners to go register. I mean, one thing that's also very important to point out, we are probably the most inexpensive by far of conferences or congresses in the gaming business. We're not in this, Mike Pollock and myself, Mike from Spectrum Gaming Group and myself. I mean, we didn't start this 24 years ago to make money. I can't say we're doing it pro bono. We do get some advantages of our names out there, our company names, but we'd rather have more people of a higher level of attendee, and we don't need to make money from this show. We'd rather have a sold-out show than worrying about some of these other conferences which charge much, much more and have fewer people. I mean, the networking that goes on at the East Coast Gaming Congress, has been missed the last couple of years because of the pandemic. And the opportunity, it's obvious, the more people that you have to network with, the more potential there is to move your business forward. So we'd rather keep the price down significantly and keep the numbers of attendees high.
Lloyd Levinson, Chief Executive Officer at the law firm of Cooper Levenson and organizer of the East Coast Gaming Congress, which is being held October 25th and 26th at Harrah's in Atlantic City. Thank you so much for joining us and telling us all about the event. This is a conference I look forward to attending every year, and I'm so glad it's back live in Atlantic City. Thanks for your time, and you know what? I'm going to see you there.
Very good. Looking forward to it.
Stick around. More Turnpike Sports right after this. We'll get back to the show in a few moments, but I just wanted to take some time and tell everyone about Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country. They feature over 2,000 specialty coffee blends, all at your fingertips at beangenius.com. Here's how it works. Head on over to beangenius.com and take their palate profiler test to find out what coffee best fits your taste. Then select from a variety of subscription plans. Every subscription comes with free shipping, and delivery can even be scheduled for once or twice each month. And based upon your review of each coffee blend you try, Bean Genius actually learns your individual taste preferences and then suggests future coffee blends for you. And now you can get 10% off your Bean Genius subscription when you use our promo code PIKE at checkout. Bean Genius offers a variety of subscription plans to suit any coffee lover's needs. Subscribe with Bean Genius today and start enjoying some of the best tasting coffee around. And save 10% off your coffee plan with promo code PIKE.
Attention seniors with Medicare. This is an important announcement. Did you know you may qualify for a monthly Social Security rebate? Did you know you may qualify for a $0 monthly premium? That's right. You may qualify to get $135 added back to your Social Security check each month. Just call the Medicare benefits line to get your options. It's a free call. You may also qualify for $0 premiums, dental coverage, vision coverage, hearing coverage, and prescription drug coverage. With this type of plan, you don't need Medicare supplement insurance. Call now because you deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits, including a rebate to your Social Security check each month. Agents are standing by with free information regarding Medicare benefits. It's a free call with no obligation, but it could mean big savings for you. Call the Medicare benefits line now to see if you're eligible for a Social Security rebate.
Call 800-574-6770. 800-574-6770.
Psst. Yeah, you. Come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore. Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here.
Use offer code SPICE404. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts.
It's a casino. People gotta win sometime.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Beatin The House is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Slots, table games, live dealer games, everything you love about Atlantic City and Vegas, all online at BetMGM. Don't wait. Join in the fun now. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Grab a lion's share of the fun at BetMGM.com. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And welcome to this week's edition of Beatin the House, where we celebrate the casino wins, the slot machines, online slot machines, Keno, bingo. Basically, if it happens in a casino or a sports book, we're going to talk about it.
You know, and I read the notes prior to our recording this, and then when I mentioned the new millionaire in my opening, I guess you're going to start with it. From Indiana, right?
We actually, this is our second story from Four Winds South Bend.
Wow,
in South Bend, Indiana. This was a $5.88 spin on a slot machine. The Dancing Drums Explosion slot machine.
Okay.
By the way, Dancing Drums...
That's the greatest part about this segment. You mentioned slot machines I have never heard of, or I've never played, or I've never seen. So now I'm going to, when I jump on these online casinos in New Jersey, I'm going to type in Dancing Drums Explosion.
Well, I'm going to tell you all about it right now.
Okay.
Dancing Drums Explosion slot machine is an Asian-themed slot machine by Shuffle Master.
Okay.
In collaboration with SG Digital, Scientific Games. It's 5 reels with high-paying drums and 2 Fubat wild cymbals.
I don't know what that means. What's a Fubat?
It's a bat.
It's a bat? Oh, it's a type of bat?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So we have a $5.88 bet on the slot machine, the Dancing Drums Explosion, and the progressive hit to an astounding $1.2 million.
Wow. And I'm assuming, since you didn't say anything yet, they didn't give their name?
No name.
No name? Okay.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't. Let me tell you something. I don't think I would even say anything to anyone if I won $1.2 million.
Well, the jackpot was the biggest of all the big hits recently at the 4 Indiana, Michigan casinos owned by the Pokagon Band of Potawatomi Indians. We actually talked about this on the show last week. The previous winner was the $220,000 top prize playing the Dollar Storm Caribbean Gold machine.
Okay.
That was at the Four Winds in New Buffalo, Michigan.
Okay, but this one was actually in Indiana?
This one was in South Bend, Indiana.
Okay, all right.
We actually talked about this one, I think, last week as well. At this casino, Four Winds South Bend in South Bend, Indiana, a player from St. Anne, Illinois, again, didn't give the name, playing the Triple Diamond Strike slot machine.
Okay.
That's another one I don't know too much about. Hit a $202,000 jackpot
Wow.
at this casino.
Wow, okay.
So 4 wins are paying out over the last couple of weeks. Moving back over to Las Vegas, we're going to the Rampart Casino.
Okay.
I had to look up the Rampart Casino.
I don't know anything about the Rampart.
It's actually called the Rampart Casino at the Resort at Summerlin.
Okay. All right.
It's a elegant 50,000 square foot casino, 1,600 slot machines, 24 table games, 300 seat bingo room.
Oh, okay.
And they have a race and sports book.
Okay,
It's their own branded sports book, by the way.
Sounds like a nice casino.
It's actually beautiful. Go to the website. It's actually a beautiful looking place. They've got golf courses around it.
Oh, okay.
It's not downtown. It's in Summerlin.
Yeah,
Nevada,
I guess the suburbs kind of thing. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we have a lucky Las Vegas local hitting a jackpot on the Dollar Storm machine.
Never heard of the Dollar Store machine either.
Dollar Storm is made by Aristocrat.
All right.
And the casino can set it up to be a progressive game or a non-progressive game. It could be just, single hits. Was voted top slot product at the 2020 Global Gaming Awards.
Wow. Okay. What is this? Dollar Storm machine, right?
Dollar Storm machine.
All right. The award-winning Dollar Storm machine. Okay.
The woman it's a woman. It was she withheld her name.
Okay. Well,
the woman turned a $1 bet into $164,000.
Wow.
She hit the Combo Super Grand Progressive, and she didn't even pose for a picture.
Well, I guess if you're not going to give your name, usually you would not want your picture out there. But I've seen pictures with people with the big check, but they didn't give their name. So
well, this one they didn't.
Depends on what you want to do.
She didn't get in the picture. She didn't give her name. So what they had to do in the press release, they showed a picture of the slot, the winning slot.
Okay.
Now I actually went to the website when I found out all this information about what the Rampart Casino is. They actually have a page of jackpot winners.
Great.
And I was looking through it. The last time they had a jackpot this size was July 2nd of this year, and it was $164,000 again.
Wow.
On the same machine, Dollar Storm.
The same kind of machine.
The same
not the exact
brand,
same machine.
The same brand of machine.
Wow, Dollar Storm.
Dollar Storm. I got to check that one out if it pays that well. But they've had a couple, $10,000, $20,000 jackpots between then and there.
During this segment, I write down all the names of the different slots, and I kind of look for them online. You're in New Jersey, you have all the online casinos, and you have all the online slot machines, so you might as well look at the ones that are paying off.
Going further west, we have the California Lottery.
Oh, California. Well, someone just won Powerball out there.
That's exactly what we're going to talk about.
Okay, all right.
We have a winner who bought the ticket at an Albertsons grocery store in Morro Bay, a coastal town in the San Luis Obispo County, roughly halfway between Los Angeles and San Francisco. They bought the ticket at the Albertsons, and it is worth $699.8 million.
I would think by the time this airs,
I would assume
they
they've
would
gone.
have the name of the person. Well, I'm not sure in California law. I know in New Jersey, if you win the lottery, you can't withhold your name. You have to give your name out. I wonder if in California you can remain anonymous, like these slot winners. I wonder if they can just say, I want to remain anonymous.
Well, in some states they allow your attorney to go pick it up.
Okay, well that's good.
So I don't know exactly how California works to pick up.
The way it works usually, if someone wins a big lottery, it's going to take about a week because number one, they got to get a lawyer or consult with the lawyer if they already have it. Then get a financial planner.
You're assuming that's what some of these people are doing. Some of these people just run and get the money.
I have all that ready. I'm just waiting for the big winning ticket that I have.
That's the only missing piece.
That's the only missing piece is the actual
Everybody else
winning
is on
ticket.
call.
I know exactly what I'm going to do. If I win something big, I just have to win something big.
The $700 million Powerball jackpot is the 7th largest lottery jackpot to date, and it's the 5th largest Powerball jackpot. Didn't Powerball or Mega Millions get to 1 point something billion at one point?
I don't have to break any records.
No,
I would just love anything you want to give me.
The Outlet this is the first time this has been reported because I actually was surprised to see this in the news report. The store, the Albertsons grocery store.
They get money. They get a percentage.
$1 million.
Wow, that's great.
That's because of the $700 million.
Yep.
I don't know what the percentage worked out to be.
Yeah, I would guess it might be different in each state, but they get a percentage of the winning ticket.
Yeah, I think it's also different.
I wonder if it's a percentage of before or after taxes. So
I also think there's a difference between what type of place is selling it too, whether it's a variety store, a supermarket, or whatever else, or a tobacco store. Wherever selling it. I think everyone's got some different tiers, too.
Okay.
Jackpot was the record streak dating back to June 5th of 40 consecutive draws without a grand prize winner.
Wow.
Last but not least, we're going to hit it off with a Virginia lottery jackpot. We've actually been doing a lot of Virginia lottery stories lately. A lot of money being won on the online side.
Okay, this is the Virginia online lottery.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's still run by the Virginia lottery, but the online games. Susan H. of Aldi. I didn't even know there was a town called Aldi.
Aldi?
Aldie.
Okay.
Won the largest ever crown jewel jackpot. They're going to keep saying that because the crown jewel jackpot just recently launched.
Okay.
So we're going to see that often.
That's good promotion. Hey, have someone win it. It's great promotion.
Susan played the VIP Ultra game, which is one of the games that's linked to the crown jewel jackpot. It's a linked progressive.
All right.
Won $209,000.
Wow, great.
Yeah, the 3 games that you can play for this jackpot, Play VIP Ultra, RoboCash, and Savannah Adventures. So congratulations to all our winners this week. Looking forward to talking about some more winners next week. If you have any news for this segment, info at turnpikesportsradio.com is the address to send the news reports to.
Our Week 6 NFL picks are next, so stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Now that we're home more than ever, we need to feel safe. Call it a sign of the times or the world we now live in. What do you want to keep safe? The people in your life? What do you want to protect? Your possessions, the things that belong to you, the things that you've worked hard for. Wouldn't it be nice to have tested, trusted 24/7 protection? Peace of mind, real protection that's always there for you and your whole family? Well, now you can with one of our state-of-the-art home security systems. Everyone thinks their home is safe until the unexpected happens. Help protect your home and loved ones today with the affordable next generation in home security. To help keep your family and property safe, call 1-800-520-4068 now. Representatives are standing by to assist you. That's 1-800-250-4068. 1-800-520-4068.
This week's Turnpike Sports Pro Pick segment is brought to you by PointsBet Online Sportsbook. Take advantage of their no-juice NFL game lines every week of the NFL season. That's right, PointsBet is giving higher payouts and you get 100% of the profits. PointsBet also offers its customers live streaming and game tracker animations. Get in the game and place live bets even faster. Join PointsBet today and use promo code BET21 and receive 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Again, that's 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000 when you sign up at PointsBet.com with our code BET21. Stream live, bet live, win fast with PointsBet. Must be at least 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. New customers only. Problem gambler? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And welcome to the Week 6 of our NFL pick segment.
Week 6, huh?
Oh, it's been zipping by already. It's been a quick season, and actually last week you did pretty well.
I did 3-0. Yep.
3-0. That's the first time you went
this season. Yeah.
Well, I'd had a pretty decent week as well, 2-1 myself. I've actually been a little surprised. This is usually when I start to fall off the grid here a little bit, going a little screwy with some of my picks, but.
Okay.
Right now, season long to date, right now is I'm still in the lead, 11-4-0. Sorry, and you were now 7-6-2.
All right,
you have 2 pushes.
All right.
I'll tell you, it's kind of interesting to see you have pushes. I had 4 last year.
I didn't have any last year, I don't think. I may be wrong, but I don't think I had any
No,
pushes.
you had a pushless year last year.
Okay.
Pushless season.
All right.
But like I said, we're in our NFL Week 6 picks. As always, we'll do 3 games. We do spreads and totals. We don't do the money line.
No.
I
saved that for my parlay,
there
which
you
I got a money line parlay this week, too. So it was a very good weekend for me. Week 5 was very, very good to me.
I have to admit, the only thing that saved my betting weekend was a single game 4-leg parlay for the Monday Nighter.
Oh, okay.
I lost every single bet I made over the weekend. So,
well, you made it up on Monday night. That's the important thing.
Luckily for the show, I went 2-1, so I was okay there. But the actual money betting.
So you had as bad a week as the NFL kickers had this week.
Oh, that was an amazing game.
You had that game, right? I didn't put any money on that game.
That was my one loss because no one wanted to go for the touchdown in the overtime. Right. I wish they had tried it.
And of course, Monday night ended up with kicker missing a couple. So unbelievable.
At halftime, I thought I had lost that game.
Oh, Monday night?
Yeah.
Halftime, I put a in-game bet on the Baltimore Ravens, and it worked out very, very well for me. So. Thank you, Baltimore Ravens, and thank you, Colts, for screwing it up.
Well, I'm just glad they came out and, 65 points they scored, something like that, 61 points.
You had the over?
I had the over 50.5, and at halftime, I just was not expecting them to actually score anything because it was so low scoring. But they came back, and wow, boy, did they come back. The Baltimore finally found their tight end the entire second half, so it was actually cool to see that. But anyway, going back to our picks for this week, I went first last week. You can go first this week.
Oh, okay. My first game is the Minnesota Vikings versus the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are favored by 1.5 with an over-under of 46. Last week, the Carolina Panthers showed me something, that they weren't as good as everyone thought they were in their loss to the Eagles, which was an absolutely amazing comeback. I'm an Eagles fan, so it was fun to see. Darnold did not look good, 3 interceptions, and this week they're playing an even more talented team in the Minnesota Vikings, and I think the result's going to be the same for the Panthers. The Panthers have lost 6 of their last 9 home games, and I see that trend continuing this week. I'm taking the underdog Minnesota Vikings.
Okay, my first game of the week is the Arizona Cardinals at the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are favored by 2.5. There's an over/under of 50.5.
By the way, I have this game too, so I'll do this game next, and we'll compare what we have.
Well, the Browns-Chargers game was amazing to watch. It was just all offense. The two teams combined for over 1,000 yards of offense. Almost 90 points was scored in that game. I think it was 89, 88, something like that.
Okay.
And it was just really fun to watch.
Oh, I see a total bet coming.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I telegraphed
So we're not
that
really going up against each other. I actually did a team.
The Cardinals have scored more than 30 points per game in all but one of their games this season. And I found this interesting. The Browns' defense is averaging just giving up 20 points a game, but the 2 times they faced good offenses, the Chargers and Chiefs, they allowed the Chargers to do 47 and the Chiefs to score 33 against them. So I'm actually thinking when they face another high-powered offense like Arizona, you actually may see another high-scoring game here. I'm going with the over 50.5.
All right, well, I'm taking this game too. Arizona Cardinals versus Cleveland Browns. Browns are favored by 2.5, and as you said, the total's 50.5. I mean, I think this is going to be the game of the week, and I think this is going to be decided in the very last seconds. Check this one out. The Cardinals have won 4 of their last 5 road games, and Cleveland Browns have won 5 of their last 6 home games. Something's got to give in this one, and so I think it's going to be a great game. More importantly for me, Arizona is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 road games, and that's what I'm going by when picking this game. I like Arizona in this situation, so I'm going with the underdog Arizona Cardinals.
I'm still surprised they're an underdog. Be honest with you.
Yeah, when you get that's why I went with it. Yep. I mean, they're getting points. So hey, give it at me.
My next game, The Dallas Cowboys favored by 4 at the New England Patriots. There's an over-under of 49.5.
Okay, I have this game too, so this is going to be a weird one. All right.
Dallas is coming into this game 5-0 against the spread, and the over is 4-1 in their 5 games this season. So I think right now the way the Cowboys are playing, everything's clicking for them. They look like a lock right now, anyway, to win the NFC East.
Sure.
I don't see any of the other teams right now. Maybe the Eagles down the road when they start getting their feet under them, but I don't see them losing the NFC East right now. That could change later on. Somebody gets hurt, some other things start happening. But anyway, the Patriots, on the other hand, they only look good in one game. They only look really good in one game, and that was the Jets game where they controlled everything.
Well, the Jets could run on them, though.
The Buccaneers game was all Belichick. That was defense.
And the weather.
Yeah, and they didn't really look that good on offense in that game, to be honest with you. Maybe at the start of it when they were doing the quick ins and outs and all that stuff. The game against the Texans, though, really surprised me. They needed the Texans to just start being very ultra-conservative and screwing up left and right for them to come back and win that game. I really don't see this team being as good as what Boston Radio thinks they are. I really don't think so.
No.
The road team is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 meetings. I'm thinking that number goes to 5-0. I'm going to the Cowboys laying the points.
I'm doing exactly the same thing for the reasons that you said. I mean, the Cowboys have one of the best offenses in the NFL. And the Houston Texans' Davis Mills looked good against the Patriots defense. So I'd be interested to see what Dak Prescott and the offensive weapons of the Cowboys will do against the Patriots. I mean, the Patriots have trouble getting into the end zone, and I don't think kicking field goals constantly will help you win against the Cowboys. I'm shocked that this game is only a 4-point spread. So,
it's going to go up by game time.
Well, right now I'm taking the Cowboys and laying the points, like you said.
Well, my last game of the week. The Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos. Denver is favored by 3.5. That's going to go up by the end of the week as well, I think.
Yeah, what a mess Las Vegas is in right now.
And the over-under is 44.5. Week 6, listen to this. Week 6 is the 124th meeting between these two teams.
Huh, okay.
The Raiders are 67-54-2 in the series. The Raiders have won 4 of their last 6 meetings dating back to 2018 and have covered the spread in 6 of the last 7 meetings. I know the front office and the coaching staff is now just totally messed up because of what's happened with Gruden over there. And the one thing that is the thinking in my view here is the Broncos haven't been playing that good lately. Ever since Bridgewater had that concussion issue, I really don't see that offense performing as well as it has been. Their defense seems to be leaky at times. So I'm actually thinking the Raiders may not win this game, but they're going to at least keep it close within a field goal. So I'm doing the Raiders plus 3.5.
Okay.
All right, let's summarize our week's picks here.
I'm taking the underdog Minnesota Vikings against the Carolina Panthers, who are favored by 1.5 points. This week, I'm also taking the Dallas Cowboys and laying the 4 points against the New England Patriots. And I'm going with the underdog, it's weird saying that, the underdog Arizona Cardinals against the Cleveland Browns, who are favored by 2.5.
Well, my picks for the week, I did the Cardinals-Browns over 50.5. Cowboys laying the 4 points against the Patriots, and I did the underdog Raiders plus 3.5, and what should be a very interesting game to see what exactly happens there. As always, these picks will be put up on the blog after the show publishes, turnpikesportsradio.com. Click on the blog button. You'll see them in print form. Feel free to comment on them. Feel free to contact us with your own picks, info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Follow us on Twitter, Turnpike Sports, Facebook, Turnpike Sports as well, and also on Instagram, Turnpike Sports Radio.
The book report is next, so stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. To get the coverage you need, call the number on the screen now.
Turnpike Sports Book Report.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report is brought to you by BorgataSports.com. Your favorite casino is now your favorite sportsbook. Available anywhere in New Jersey, BorgataSports.com. Sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E. Make your first wager of $20 or more and you'll get $100 in free bets. That's $100 in free bets when your first wager on Borgata Sports is $20 or more. Get into the action with BorgataSports.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to another edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report, where we discuss the news and notes from the sports books around the country. We've got national and state sports betting reports, legislation, launch updates, as well as a whole bunch of deals to talk about. But I think this week we are going to start talking numbers.
And I understand some records have been set.
September was a good month for records.
All right.
We have, and I'm going to start off with the state of Iowa. Iowa set a couple records in the month of September. State handle record of $210.4 million. That's total handle. That's a record.
Wow.
Previous monthly record was $161.4 million set back in March.
Boy, they smashed it.
Yeah, no, that was a good jump from 72 to 108. That's about maybe a 30% jump, maybe more.
Yep.
Let's see. They also had two other records which are kind of interesting: a record mobile handle and a record retail handle. You don't normally hear too many retail handles being set anymore, except maybe the places where mobile betting is not prevalent. A record mobile handle of $186.5 million.
Okay.
In the month of September. Previous record was set back a couple months back. The total handle was $210.4 million. 88.6 of that was the mobile handle. So that corresponds with the record-setting level of $186.5 million.
Okay. Yeah, they're getting closer to 90% mobile handle, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They also had a retail revenue record set. The retail sportsbooks generated $4.2 million of the state's $5.7 million revenue.
Okay.
That's a huge amount of revenue coming in from the retail books. One of the reasons for it can be explained by the low hold, the win rate. For the month of September, they had a 2.72% win rate, which is very low.
Yeah,
very
that's
low.
Amazing.
They actually had, while they did set a record in all those other categories, mobile, total, handle, and also retail, they also were the lowest hold percentage in any state this year.
Interesting.
That's kind of a balancing act for that.
A lot of smart bettors in Iowa. I guess they're taking money from the books.
Well, let me tell you, the bettors took money from DraftKings in Iowa. DraftKings came in with a negative $1.9 million in revenue.
Wow. Okay.
So that was kind of an interesting little dichotomy there with that. I've never seen DraftKings come in with that much of a negative revenue. So kind of something to watch in that state.
I was interesting.
I was very interesting. Yeah. It's kind of a very different type of state, especially I think it's more college than pro betting, but again, it's they're setting records and they're doing extremely well with that. As a matter of fact, Iowa just got a new sports book.
Oh, okay.
Circa Sports. Before I move on to some other numbers, Circa Sports launched in Iowa this past week. They are now in 3 states: Nevada, Colorado, and Iowa.
All right.
So Iowa's got another mobile option.
I'm waiting for them to come to Jersey or Pennsylvania. That'll be fun.
They're expanding little by little, but still, none can beat their retail book in Nevada.
No.
Circa may have the best sports book of everybody.
Sure.
Let's move over to West Virginia and talk about their numbers for a little bit, because they set a record too.
Oh, okay.
They have a revenue record in West Virginia. The revenue was $6.02 million in revenue in September. It's the highest monthly revenue all time in West Virginia. The previous high was $5.68 million in January of this year.
Okay.
I don't know what was going on in West Virginia either, because it looks like the two college sports betting states, Iowa and West Virginia, seem to be setting records in September. I'm assuming it could be a lot of football betting.
No, I did probably.
And one other note with West Virginia, they just reported also their first week in October, $14.3 million in handle. That's not really that much of a story, but with that $14.3 million, they became the 12th state to reach $1 billion in post-PASPA handle.
Wow, okay.
They join, and here's the list. New Jersey, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Indiana, Colorado, Michigan, Iowa, Tennessee, Virginia, and Mississippi.
Wow, okay.
So they are the 12th state to hit the $1 billion mark. As a matter of fact, from what I understand, there's a couple states getting closer to the $2 billion mark, too. So that's something to watch coming up.
So that's the next thing we got to watch. Which state hits $2 billion first, right?
Yes.
All
yes. Right. Let's see. Other states reported the numbers: Virginia, Montana, Oregon. And the only reason I bring up Oregon is because of the one sport. And it's fascinating to me. Oregon and Colorado.
Table tennis, right?
Constantly fascinate me with the table tennis industry.
Hey, I don't know. But what is it, number 6 again? It's usually number 6.
Table tennis was the 6th top sport again.
Usually, yeah.
Handle of $1 million.
Boy, Oregon and Colorado, they love their table tennis.
Listen to this. $1 million handle. 12,721 bets, revenue of $53,000, win rate of 5.35%. The number of unique players betting on table tennis was 556, and the average bet was $78.72.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just amazed at the table tennis industry there. It's just kind of wow. I don't get the fascination with the sport.
I tried doing that one time, during the height of the pandemic, and it was streaming. So I took a look at it. I didn't see the players. I just saw the ball going back and forth. The guy one guy had his back to the camera and things like that. So it wasn't like great production value, but I just couldn't get into it.
Well, production value when you're streaming it through an app. If you're sitting there on your phone and you're watching it, is it really...
Someone threw a webcam up there, and that's what I was watching.
The one thing that matters to me, if I'm watching it on my PC, I want kind of better quality. But if I'm watching it on my app and I'm on something really quick that I can just see what's going on, that's actually not a bad way of doing it. Just throw a webcam up and just let them throw that stuff up. I'm sure you're going to start seeing stats for all these different things.
Oh, sure.
I'd love to see the table tennis stat stream.
Yeah,
that's a fast game. That's a very fast game.
A lot of people are betting on it, so they need that information. So but I can't get into it.
Well, let's move on to some launches. I think we just talked about Circa Sports launching in Iowa. We have retail sports betting launching in Louisiana.
Yes.
Betfred.
It's only one place, right?
It's a tribal casino.
Tribal
casino.
Okay.
The Paragon Casino Resort in Marksville, Louisiana.
All right.
They opened their Betfred Sportsbook, and they had the 3 p.m. local time, October 6th opening.
All right.
By the way, the tribe running the casino is the Tunica Biloxi tribe.
Okay.
And the reason why this is kind of interesting, it's not a commercial casino, so all the commercial casinos in the state are still waiting on regulations to be approved.
Okay. So because they're Native American, they don't apply.
They got the jump on everything.
All
they were
right.
able to launch it. They actually have the sportsbook located as part of the Draft Room Sports Bar. That's a very cool name.
I've noticed there are 2 setups for a sports book. You have one like the Borgata, which I'm, I'm accustomed to. It's more like a sports bar. It's more like a restaurant. If you walked in, you would think it's a sports bar, but they have TVs everywhere, and then they have windows at the far corner. And then you have the stadium style sports books, where you just have all the TVs, and it's the seats are set up like a stadium. So I think I like the stadium better, but just for kicking back for a burger and a beer and Borgata style is the one for you if you like that stuff.
Actually, it depends on how you're going to be watching it. I mean, if you're just popping in to watch a little bit before moving on to another place, the sports bar style actually works a lot better than stadium seating. I think anyway, because I get too comfortable in those leather seats in the stadium.
Oh yeah.
So I when I want to just pop in, grab a beer, watch the game a little bit, move on to the next place, I like standing up, watching everything. So really it depends on how you're doing the day of watching the sports. If you're going to be there all day, stadium sports seating is kind of better.
Oh yeah.
Because also with the waitress coming by,
sure,
the waitstaff, I should say. My apologies. But, it really depends on how you're going to be watching everything. We've got also over in Wyoming now, we have a live retail book going live at the Wind River Hotel and Casino in northern Wyoming.
Okay.
Northern Arapaho tribe.
All right.
They also recently signed similar deals, Amelco. This is the sports betting tech company.
Okay.
They have deals with tribal casinos in Michigan, number of casinos in Colorado. Amelco, which is surprising to me, is now live in 7 states.
Wow, okay.
And this is how they describe it, a 360 full-service ecosystem offering sportsbook, retail, iGaming, esports, and complete player account management.
This is Amelco. This is what
Amelco
Amelco
is the tech
does.
company.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the underlying tech to run everything.
Sure.
So they are now live in 7 states with this new access deal with the Wind River Hotel. And let's talk Connecticut. We've been watching this Connecticut sports betting launch kind of for the last month or so, and they finally went live with retail.
Yeah, in
last week.
Both casinos, right?
Yeah.
Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun, right?
And we're going to be looking at 15 retail sports betting locations opened by the Connecticut Lottery. No timetable on when they're going to be. Actually, not even a list of locations.
Okay.
They've talked about them. The Hartford Center.
So for the time being, right now, there's Foxwoods, there's Mohegan Sun, and we're waiting for other retail locations throughout the state, meaning like OTB kind of things.
Right.
But mobile is we're still waiting on mobile, right?
Mobile and iGaming.
Okay.
They just announced October 12th would be the beginning of a soft launch. So we're going to see exactly what's going to be launched right away. Again, the normal states, normal time frame with states doing a soft launch is like 3 to 4 days. They're doing a full week. Soft launch begins October 12th. The full launch is going to be, the formal launch, I should say, official launch, however you want to phrase it, is going to be October 19th.
Okay, all right.
And they've got all the mobile sites. Also, I think it's going to be Play Sugar House with the Connecticut Lottery,
which I have on my phone because I use it in New Jersey.
You do not have because they're not a shared wallet.
I know they're not a shared wallet, but that's I'm always driving through Connecticut, and I have Play Sugar House in New Jersey on my phone. I wish at one point in time in the future, if I have Play Sugar House, I'm in Connecticut. I hope I could switch it over, but I don't think that's going to happen since there's different platforms.
Well, you're going to see Play Sugar House, DraftKings, and FanDuel.
Okay, well, I have FanDuel on my phone
again
too.
No shared wallet.
No shared wallet.
So.
Yeah, but Connecticut also has iGaming, too. Is that going to start up pretty soon?
That will be launching.
That's launching, too.
Same way.
All
October
right.
12th, soft launch. October 19th, formal launch. No word on poker yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the iGame, the online casinos are going to be doing the soft launch along with the mobile betting. So it's going to be kind of an interesting way to launch everything. I don't know exactly how and if they're all going to launch on the same time, same day kind of thing. But again, the soft launch period starts October 12th. A couple other launches to talk about. We have, over in the Apple Store, we have a new social-first sports betting gaming platform.
In the Apple Store?
In the Apple Store.
I've never been in an Apple Store. I don't have an Apple phone, so I have no reason to go into the Apple Store, but it's a very crowded store in the mall.
Well, when I say Apple Store, it's not just the actual physical stores. It's that's what they call the online portion.
The Apple Store online. But the Apple Store, will that be available in the Apple Store?
Yeah,
in
you
the
walk
mall?
in. If it's legal in the States, that's in. We have a company called Lucra Sports.
Okay.
It's a social-first sports betting platform. Basically, it takes the social media environments of like Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, and you can share your betting with the community.
Oh, okay.
So
I never share my betting unless we're doing the pick segment.
Well,
here.
after you make your bet,
because I think BetMGM and I'm thinking Borgata, they have a way after you make your bet. They said share your picks on social media, and I never share my picks on social media.
I'm seeing a lot of fantasy companies.
I don't even know what that
too.
looks like. I don't think I've ever seen anyone share their bets on
Well,
social
Lucra
media.
Sports has launched via the Apple App Store in 37 states. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because of who some of the investors are. You have the Milwaukee Bucks owner,
all right,
as one of the investors. You have top 10 tennis player John Isner.
Okay.
U.S. women's national soccer team star Julie Ertz. And wherever really you see Julie Ertz, you're going to see Philadelphia Eagles tight end Zach Ertz, who's also another investor.
Great.
So they got some big name investors into the social sports.
So you're
scene.
saying if you have an Apple, I don't have an Apple device, so I guess I can't take advantage of it. But is it in Jersey and Pennsylvania and things like that?
You'd have to take a look and see exactly what it is.
All
but
right.
One last little launch to talk about: the American Gaming Association launched a new paper, I guess you can call it, or a publication, the Gaming CEO Outlook. This is a publication that combines a measure of recent growth in the industry and future expectations in the industry. And they did this in conjunction with Oxford Economics.
Okay.
I took a look at it. It's a very, very detailed examination of the industry, both current and in the future outlooks. And I recommend everybody who's interested in taking a look at how the industry is recovered, where it is now, where it could be going. Take a look at this Gaming CEO Outlook paper. It's pretty impressive work there.
Interesting, yep.
One other launch I got to talk about, and I thought this was funny. Pete Rose.
Yes, he has a podcast now, or he's going to have a podcast, right?
He launched his own sports betting podcast. So screw you, Major League Baseball. I'm going to talk betting. So he will be launching Pete Rose's Daily Picks via Quake Media.
All right.
6 episodes a week. Rose will be offering picks on a variety of sports, including baseball.
Okay.
So congratulations there. And also, what was the other story he was involved with?
I think he's going to do a ceremonial first bet somewhere.
Table game bet.
Okay, in
Hard Rock, Cincinnati.
Yeah, Hard Rock, Cincinnati. That was the report we saw. So, hey, good for Pete. He's embracing the gambling lifestyle like he didn't before, but now he's really
now he can really capitalize on it.
Yeah, no, what the hell?
For a while there, that was not something to talk about, but now he can talk about it.
Hey, like if the MLB is making sports betting deals and putting lines out on the broadcast and doing alternative broadcasts, guess what? Pete Rose could do it.
Well, let's talk a little deal making in the industry here. We have 2 interesting deals that were made. Fubo Gaming announced a multi-year sponsorship deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Great.
Now, keep this in mind. There's no sports betting in Ohio.
Yeah, I wonder how close that is in Ohio.
It's not close at all.
Not close at all?
Not
Okay.
close at all.
All right.
I mean, it's. Let me put it this way. They're about as close as Massachusetts.
Yeah, okay.
So they're
Years
there,
away.
but they're not there. But
Years away.
Don't know.
Years
don't know.
away.
Hopefully, I think Ohio will pass sports betting before Massachusetts does.
Well, yeah, probably.
I can't tell you what year, but I can tell you they will probably pass sports betting more. But Fubo did a deal with Cleveland Cavaliers. You're going to see Fubo branding all over Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse starting this season, additional visibility on their TV, radio, and social channels. Basically similar deals to all the other sports betting stuff out there.
Okay.
PointsBet did an extension of a 3-year deal with the PGA Tour. You're going to start seeing PointsBet's odds on the PGA Tour linear and streaming broadcast on the Golf Channel and Peacock. Okay. And they're planning to do some incorporations of these statistics on the NBC broadcast. They haven't done that yet.
We saw that BetCast on Peacock from PGA.
That was very good.
That was very good. I like that.
And you know what? They did it seamlessly, too.
Oh, no, it was great. I liked it.
I mean, there have been, at the beginning when people started doing the BetCast, they were just shoehorning this stuff in. But I think PointsBet took their time with it, crafted a really good BetCast version of how to do these sports.
I thought that was very good. I hope they do more of that.
And another quick deal here, Genius Sports did a deal with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, okay.
This one is more of a branding type deal for Genius. Genius has the overall deal with with data for the NFL. They are going to be working with the Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field. Throughout the bars in Lincoln Financial Field and lounges, you're going to see Genius Sports branded statistics being flashed across the screen.
Good.
Everywhere you see a sports bar or lounge in Lincoln Financial, you're probably going to see a Genius Sports branded ticker or some other stats that pop up. So it'll be kind of fun to watch how they do, how they work into the fans into everything. They're trying to get more fan involvement in the sports betting side of everything. DraftKings did a deal to open a new office in Las Vegas.
I thought they already had an office in Vegas. Is this a new office, or is this an expanded office, or what's?
This is a major new office, bringing 1,000 employees to Nevada.
Wow. Okay.
90,000 square foot office.
All right.
And it's going to be the second largest after its Boston headquarters.
Okay.
They've been there for a while. They've done deals with UNLV, and also they have a deal with Golden Nugget Online, which is going to be interesting to see exactly how they can get back into Nevada. And they also do not do fantasy sports in Nevada, just so you know.
Okay.
So this is all about just getting a foothold there. Sport Radar did a deal with the Big Ten.
Okay.
They're going to be relaunching with the Big Ten Network. Sport Radar and Big Ten Network are going to be relaunching the Big Plus.
The Big Plus.
It's spelled B1G. You know the logo B1G for Big Ten?
Yeah.
It's B1G Plus. So it's a digital channel.
Okay, is this going to be a subscription type of thing?
Subscription type of thing.
All
and
right.
also, it's just going to be a channel. There's no sports betting involved with it.
Okay.
At some point, there probably will be.
All right.
But right now, they're just relaunching it to do 1,500 live streams of different Big Ten events.
All right.
And it's a channel that was there before for the Big Ten, but now they're bringing it back using Sport Radar's technology.
Okay.
And Sport Radar is also going to help with the advertising, all that stuff.
Great.
One other quick set of deals, all done by the same company. This company called Low Six. It's a free-to-play game.
Okay.
Free-to-play developer.
All right.
They did deals. Jacksonville Jaguars, PGA Tour, and the European Tour.
Wow, they had a busy week.
All for free-to-play games. With the Jacksonville Jaguars, Low Six is doing Ultimate Jags.
Now, is this a predictive game kind of thing?
It's sort of.
Okay.
It's a combination of, answer questions and trivia as well as do predictive stuff.
Okay.
Same thing with the PGA Tour. They're going to be doing a free-to-play game. That's also going to be in conjunction with PointsBet.
All right, yep.
It's part of the PointsBet extension. So they're going to be doing free-to-play game to enhance, fan engagement by doing weekly prizes. With the European Tour, it's a pick-em app. It's called European Tour Picks. Every day during a different tournament for the European Tour, you have to answer questions, do predictive outcomes, that sort of stuff. It's all the same stuff, but the fact that they did these 3 deals in this short a time is pretty amazing to me.
Yeah.
So that's it for this week's book report. We had a whole bunch of other stuff to talk about, but didn't have the time. Go to the Turnpike Sports blog, turnpikesportsradio.com, click on the blog, and you'll see these and other stories that we didn't have time to hit in print form.
That'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.